and happy time zones. I should not have done that. It's a bird, Ahun the Raven, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2 Ladle only. Well, I had initially actually intended to go through Aldia's Keep, and I will be doing that. But I just had the unfortunate thought that Shulva might not be beatable, so I'm going to go check that first. I will be going through Aldia's Keep today, but the Sanctum City of Shulva might not be beatable. And if it isn't, well, I'd rather know beforehand. Oh, I pressed the button once, and Soup decides to roll twice. Lovely. But the reason I think Shulva has a decent possibility of not being beatable is because of the button mechanic. You have to deal damage to things in order to move other things. Go through here. Shoot, where am I? Aha. This might not sound like that big of a deal. Oh, crap. But there is actually an item that requires... Oh, hello, Karato! How you doing? But there are a few... There's an item that is required in order to actually get through Shulva. And if I screw up... Or, well, no, not if I screw up. If that requires... What? How did that... Okay, whatever. A button in order to be obtained, I can't get it. Oh, one moment, I'll look at that in a second. I think there might be a bonfire up here. Please be a bonfire up here so I can skip some of this. Yes, okay. Hello, Piku, how you doing? Thank you for the redeem. Yes, I do know about the platforms. I was just trying to rush through. I'm going to just... Uh-oh. Get to... Uh-oh. Can you give me a moment to react, Piku? Thank you for the redeem. My pronouns today are he, they. I'll get to those other two in a second. But I do know about the platforms. I'm just trying to rush through to check the water wheel. This one does not appreciate having their words thrown back at them, but they appreciate the redeem nonetheless, Pikuchi. Ah! This one hopes that that suffices as a vocal sound effect. This one is going through Shalva to get to the water wheel. And once this one does that, they will look up what item is required for the water wheel and if that's behind a button. Because if it's behind a button, then with this run, the Sanctum City of Shalva will be uncompletable. This one forgot to set a timer for the banning of the first person. So this one will simply go until they die or hit the next bonfire. Yes, this one's ladles are indeed broken. As for opinions on how the run has gone so far, it's actually been a lot smoother than this one is used to. Oh, Suck Farmer, hello! Thank you for the redeems. This one's gender today, or well, pronouns today are he, they. You are perfectly fine, Suck Farmer. It is not... Nobody is obligated to watch this one's streams. If you were wondering why this one is speaking like this, blame Piku. But those buttons are why Shalva might not be completable. There is not much in the way of ladle lore, Piku. This one acquired the ladle. This one will read the description once they're safe. Oh. Hello, Jake Shuffle. How you doing? This one might have taken a wrong turn. Whoops. This hallway is not particularly friendly to this one. Okay, so this one did in fact go the correct direction. This one will read chat again once this one dies or is safe. This one apologizes for the inconvenience on that front. Uh-oh. I just need... oh, shoot. I fucked up. I apologize, Piku. I fucked up. As penance, this one will go until they hit another bonfire or die a second time. Okay, let's... love-hate this area. Fenn's not really excited. He just has a can. Alright, so Piku wanted Ladle lore. He who chooses this weapon either faces extraneous aiding circumstances or has an odd sense of humor. If you care for your life, leave this one in the kitchen. Alright, so when the handmaid handed this to me, clearly she was saying that this one needed to get a life. This one is going to rest. And this one hopes that this one needed to get a life comment sufficed as a joke. Ooh, this one hopes that your vacation or day off goes splendidly, Jake Shuffle. This one just wants to get to the water wheel. Dragonstone. Fair enough. Have an excellent day, Piku. One moment while this one looks up where the Dragonstone is located. Because if it's behind one of those buttons that this one cannot reach, then Shulva is uncompletable. Alright, so apparently the Dragonstone should be reachable. I will attempt... fuck. This one will attempt to get it. Though evidently this one also needs to be more careful so that Piku did not waste her 5,000 points. We might be going the whole stream like this if this one keeps messing up. So there's a chest in the room with the spikes. This one will be unable to get the bonfire in that segment. Fen, I know you just came inside. You just want to go out there and bother people. Come here. Oh, shoot. This one knows you just... I'm just gonna set a timer. Alright, 10 minutes so that Piku's Redeem was not wasted. Alright, come on. This one could technically... Did those two just die? Apparently. This one could technically just go to the next bonfire. And go backwards, but this one is worried. Oh dear. There we go. Now where's the other? What this one is really worried about is that blighted Jester Thomas. If Jester Thomas corners this one, then this one is, for lack of a better term, screwed. Yes. Sorry, this one. I'll worry about the timer once this one is dead. But this one very much agrees with you on that. So it's a chest in this room. Perhaps it is this. Well, actually, since this one is safe, we restart the timer. Because this one is very bad at not referring to themselves in the first person. Please be Dragonstone. There we go. This one no longer has any use for this room. Which does, in fact, mean that Shulva is beatable. This one just will not be doing that at this particular moment in time. Oh dear. This one should probably go and unlock Elana, however. Even if this one does not intend to actually fight her at present. This one is unfortunately locked out of most content in Shalva. This one will not even attempt to get to the gank squad because this one isn't sure that that door will open. Suck Farmer, is that not the fallen knight you speak of? Alright, this one goes back down to use the Dragonstone. And to get to the last bonfire. You cannot fault this one for knowing that particular bit of lore, considering how much it is memed on. But this one isn't even sure that the gank squad can be reached. Under normal circumstances, this one would at least attempt it. However, without the ability to do ranged damage, this one quite literally cannot touch the buttons. So anything locked behind a button is undoable. And this one believes that it is the first room within the sanctum itself that leads to that bonfire. This one does not remember where the key to that is. Therefore, this one is not going to worry about it. One of these has a hidden bonfire. Over there. No. Turns out this one was incorrect. Perhaps it is this wall. Haha! This one remembered what side of the sanctum the hidden bonfire was on. However, this one wishes that the wall had more detail. Okay, time to run around and collect every possible bit of loot. If it requires a button, this one likely will not be attempting to grab it. Oh my. But if this one recalls correctly, then it is the first door within the sanctum that unlocks the gank squad. This one gets the feeling that it's in that, or that the key is in that giant hallway with a bunch of buttons, though it could also be in that room with the spikes. That said, this one will still collect whatever loot they can from the first section of Sholva. This one grows tired of this gimmick. Not the ladle. The verbal gimmick. This one will endeavor not to err. This one actually likes the idea of the buttons. The only issue this one has with the buttons is that some buttons can only be hit from range. This one is unsure how they are supposed to get over there, but oh well. Oh no. Well. Yeah, being able to change the layout of an area has always been something that this one finds interesting. That said, it's not something... Oh! And I can talk normally again. Let's go. Haha. Yeah, that was straight up 10 minutes of only talking in the third person. Ah, damn it. One of the redeems I have is ban a real-world word, and Piku decided to ban the word I. I could have used the royal we instead, but it would have been easier to slip up at that point. So I chose to just speak like a Khajiit instead. Oh dear. I am dumb. Yeah, it was... Believe it or not, despite the fact that I messed up like 4 times or something like that, I was actually better off speaking entirely in the third person than attempting to use the royal we. Uh-oh. Well, that happened. Okay. Bright side, I'm not accumulating a lot of souls to lose. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Can I... There we go. And it was just a mushroom. Brilliant. Okay. I wasn't even aware you could stand on those. What are you lot doing? Ha! I do believe that that is almost everything. Oof, there's like 2 things I've missed. Both of which require some use of the buttons. If I'm not mistaken. Or, no, that one up there. Okay, so there's 3 things, all require a button. Good to know. Goodbye. Let's actually start from the first one in Shalva. I'm just trying to clear up as much loot as I feasibly can. I highly doubt that they're going to put the key to something in a wildly unfortunate spot. Or, well, not wildly unfortunate, but I highly doubt that they're going to put the key to something in a breakable chest. Considering you need to be able to, you know, get it. Come on, come on. Ah. Alright, I'm not going to worry about this last piece of loot. But back on the redeems thing, Suck Farmer, I've actually got a bunch. There's lore redeems, there's the check-ins, which you use a lot. I should go to the other one so I can run around. Let's actually go to the Lair of the Imperfect for a second. I'm not anticipating to survive long down here. But they will acquire the stuff. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Leave me alone! Ah! Giant eyeless two-legged alligators! Like, what are these things even actually supposed to be? Ow. Oh no. Come on, just let me get this. Ah! I think this is the last bit of loot for Lair of the Imperfect, too. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. I still have no idea what FromSoft was thinking with the, Lost Izalith dragon butts. Alright, so... Jester Thomas. I don't really think I'm gonna be able to avoid him here. They ran it. Fair enough. Okay. Oof, you have kind of an insane amount of health, actually. Or my damage output is just that low. Both are possible. We're not going down there. But I can run from almost anything else in this place. Just not really Jester Thomas. Did you just... Okay then. Uh-oh. Oh no. Thomas is actually being very nice to me, honestly. What do you mean that wasn't a backstab? Oh no. What are you talking about, you bastard? Damn it. Yeah, I should come from the other direction, honestly. I can run away from pretty much everything else in Shelva if I need to, but Thomas will catch me eventually. and my damage output is abysmal. I'm technically not ready for the DLCs, I just wasn't sure if Shulva was even beatable. So I had to go check that, and it technically is now. I'm just not sure if I can hit up the gank squad. Which, is it really a loss if I can't hit up the gank squad? Are we really missing out on anything there? Like, with the exception of Broom Tower's side bosses, we aren't really missing out on much aside from aggravation from the streamer with the side bosses in the Dark Souls 2 DLCs. Even then, Sora Lone's run back is going to be a thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I will at the very least be full clearing Broom Tower, but I don't think anybody is going to shed a tear over missing Frigid Outskirts or the gank squad. So those two I'm not too invested in. Oh yeah, the Ladle backstab is awesome. Come on. That said, I do go back on run whenever I need a day of just filler. I will go back to some of my runs and finish things that I didn't do on them. So I would like to know if it's possible to get to the gank squad, because I might wind up doing that just for the heck of it one of these days. But this door, I think, is what leads to the gank squad. So I need a key. I believe that all of that there is just the Katarina set. I highly doubt this is the key. Can I just grab that? There we go. Okay. Can't do anything with that. Uh-oh. Come on, I just want to see... Okay, I can't do anything with that either. Because it looks like a closed door. Which means that if I can reach the key to that door, it's either in one of those chests that I think is the Katarina set, or it's in the spike room. This is the wrong direction. The spike room is insane. Part of the reason I run through most of Shelva is because of those Phantom Knights. Come on, up here. I can cheese you with this elevator shaft. Come on. Shelva had a lot of really neat stuff. The only thing I actually dislike about this DLC, aside from the gank squad, or which is optional, is Ilana. However, dealing with the guys in the spike room is incredibly difficult. And generally not worth it. Like, I wouldn't... Alright, here's my feelings about the Dark Souls 2 DLCs. The area design is incredible. And for the most part, the bosses are really cool as well. However, the optional sections, like the side sections of these DLCs, are insane. And not the good kind of insane. Like, they just suck. There's so much enemy spam, and they don't even reuse cool mechanics for it, they just slap shit together. Yeah, Frigid Outskirts is bad. Not gonna lie. Alright, so this... I'm pretty sure that this is all just Katarina. There we go. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to run out here to hopefully reset your aggro. Because if I'm going to investigate these next couple areas, I do actually need to just not deal with everything at once. I get the feeling that this is going to be... Come on, you. I can deal with one of you at a time, that's fine. Nice try. Uh-oh. Let me out! Technically speaking, I really should not be here yet. Like, I like the rest of Elaim Lois. But Frigid Outskirts are a whole can of worms that I don't want to open. Not gonna lie. Whether I do Frigid Outskirts depends on how much confidence I have in myself at that given moment, which is usually pretty low. Oof. There we go. That will allow me to investigate this room. I'm pretty sure this all holds Katarina, but... I should have attacked that. Oh, Bima! Hello! How you doing? Soul vessel, cool. I just want a key. Because there's also a bunch of chests in that room. Old growth bomb, alright. And Titanite slab, okay. That was actually worth it. So if I go left when I'm down here, I can check. I don't think there's anything here yet. Oh, wait. Repair powder. Damn. Ah! Actually, wait. Oh no. Damn it. Alright, I forgot about this room. Oh, the well, I kind of have to have them I kind of have to just have the ladles. The fact that I survived that fall is honestly a little ridiculous, but okay. I should have died. I panicked. Yeah, it is more efficient to leave the ladles broken. I'm just gonna let you do your own thing. Come on, one of you will chase me. I know you will. Do. Haha. I know one of you is going to follow me. Yeah, the ladles break insanely fast, and because I'm power stancing instead of buffing, why are there two of you? You know what? I'm just gonna run. Because I'm power stancing, I can't run repair. Or, well, I could, but that would require a bunch of swapping around, which I will forget to do. So it's better to just leave them. Because they're mundane, they do actually scale with my stats, albeit they scale with my lowest stat. I'll read that in a second. Okay, it's just O. Fair enough. Dong Pai. Not helpful in the slightest. Poison throwing knife. And you cannot follow me out of here. Is this the key? No. Alright, I think I have like 2 more spots I can check. Maybe 3 if I'm lucky. No, the first ladle, or well, technically second, I actually got because VZ dropped it for me. Or well, it was my second, but it already had, the mundane on it. Yeah, otherwise, I got seriously unlucky. I need to just run past here and smash these suits of armor. Uh-oh. Oh, Eternal Sanctum Key, there we go. I don't have to come down here. The fact that it was just there. Alright, so technically I could get to the gank squad, but I don't want to. I'll unlock the bonfire, but... Yeah, the ladles will scale with your lowest stat, so my stat spread is kind of weird. In order to actually make this thing do damage, I have to kind of do that. But I figured, since I have the 2 ladles, and VZ gave me a mundane one, and I could only recently obtain a second one, or well, a second mundane stone. I got some very bad luck with crystal lizards and was trading with the 2 crows. Why are you both up here? So because of all that, I, only recently got a second ladle that could be, or a second mundane ladle. We're just going up here. I actually had to soul vessel because the ladle messes with your stats. So equipping the second one essentially changed what my thing scaled with. Shoot, where are you? I think I went to the wrong one. Brilliant. I'm not lighting those torches, though. Okay, so it's down one and across a bridge. Distinct possibility I could get body blocked by an invasion here. Yep. There we go. If I want the loot, I need to kill you. Really? That is good to know. Uh-oh. Damn it. Oh well. I'm not too worried about that. If only because... Well, first of all, my souls are right here. And so is my bonfire. I'm not going to push that down because if I do that, then my cheese spot from earlier becomes unavailable, and I like my cheese spot. Fuck it. I'm gonna lose some souls here, but whatever. Fair enough. I just want these chests. I don't think any of these are mimics. I don't know whether to say thank you Or to correct you on where I was born and raised. What does the dried root even do? Surprised I haven't been attacked yet. I think these are mostly just... Okay, aside from the lightning clutch ring, these aren't that big of a deal. Ah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Aha! 2 ascetics. That... Actually, if I need a bunch of ascetics, could be handy. So I have 2 big souls. Actually, I guess I could, since I'm gonna die anyway, just go collect what I can off the floor in the spike room. I don't think I'm strong enough to take out the armored invader. Who, coincidentally, I think is also 1/3 of the gang squad. Ah! Okay, and that's everything in the spike room as well. Except for... Well, it's everything except for that one chest that I... Well, and one bit of loot. Alright, so there's 2 more things I could technically get in the spike room, but I don't care. Okay. So Shulva is, in fact, completable, which is very good to know. Not that I'm about to complete it right this instant, I just wanted to make sure. This is the road to Aldia's Keep. There's a trick to Aldia's Keep. And that trick is to full clear it and then come back for the loot. Or, well, it's to beat the boss, get to Dragon Airy, and then come back for all the treasure. Uh-oh. Dealing with ogres is annoying, honestly. What was that? Okay. Fuck it, I'm running past that guy too. King's Ring. Where is the damn thing? I think there's an Estus shard. And a Sublime Bone Ash in Aldia's Keep. I could be wrong. I do know that I almost always come back for the one in Shrine of Amana. I should have looked that up, honestly. Like, where did I miss that? I'm pretty sure I've been very thorough. Like, maybe I missed it in the wharf? Actually, the wharf is a very reasonable spot where I might have missed it. It is very possible that I missed the shard. Why do I keep doing that? In the wharf. Okay. Nope, we don't. We wait for the petrification to go away before we continue tangling with these fools. Or we wait for the dumbass to do that. Okay, so... there's 2 more and then a mimic. I'm pretty sure everything in Aldi's keep, if it's a chest, is a mimic. Aldia loves his mimics, so I'm fairly certain that any chest in the keep is in fact a mimic. I'll collect this. Then deal with the mimic. And then where the actual fuck did I miss an Estus shard? Nope. Okay. What? One of us should have hit the other at some point there. Let's go get some life gems from Majula. I actually don't remember what the max bonfire level is for the Sublime Bone Ash. Or Sublime Bone Dust, or whatever it is called. So... I will probably wind up looking that up after today. But I'm almost willing to bet, like, actual money that I missed it in Wharf. We're gonna actually start a prediction on whether I'll find it in Wharf, if you're interested. Is the missing Estus shard in Wharf? Okay. I've missed technically 2 Estus shards. So I'm gonna go case Wharf to see if I actually did miss it in Wharf. If there doesn't happen to be one in Wharf, it's a free win for all of you. But, I don't know why. Why does my phone do that? Anyway. I know that there's a few things I did not collect in Wharf, and that's why I'm thinking it might be in Wharf. Technically. I know that in between Wharf and the Tower of Flame, there was a Sublime Bone Dust. That's one of the easiest ones to remember, honestly. But see, like there's a few different spots where I could have missed a shard. We're gonna go over here. Oh dear. Like, I'm not worried about the... Oh dear. I'm honestly not worried about the level of my Estus at the moment, considering it heals with how little health I have. A decent amount, and I have life gems as well. However, the amount of Estus I'm a little concerned about. Because I have, in the past, full cleared everything up until this point and had more Estus shards than was actually needed. Because this game has one extra for some reason. And it's usually the Shrine of Amana one where that happens. But there's like 3 or 4 locations in Wharf that I just completely skipped. There we go. And the reason I skipped them was, if I remember correctly, those 2 bloodletting bastards up top. Cool. Because early game, these 2 were the worst. Where's the second one? I know there's a second one. Where did you go? I know I skipped that entire plaza, so it could be in the plaza. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. There you are. Wait, what? Fair enough. I collected that already. Oh no. Let's just wait for that to go down, because I'm not poisoned. I don't think you're a mimic. You're not. Okay. Branch of Yore. Okay. Not what I was looking for, but still good to have. But yeah, this house I was trying so hard to get and just couldn't. Okay. Like, technically I'm not that much stronger. Or, well, technically I'm a lot stronger, but at the same time I'm not all that strong. What do you mean I got chased? Come on, get down here. There we go. And hello, charm. So rude. Well, I guess I am the one launching a heist, but whatever. Shh, we don't talk about that. Are you actually that dumb? Yes. I guess there's a possibility that I missed one in the Bastille, but I'm pretty sure I got the one in the Bastille. Actually, wait, there is, like, one more room I think I can check in the wharf. Yes, one of the more surprising things I've found about the Mundane Ladle is that it can actually still be buffed. I actually used that against the Demon of Song. Are you hiding it? You are not. I feel like there might be 2 or 3 things I might be forgetting about in the wharf. I know there's one room that I can do that I couldn't. I believe that my first time here I ran through without fighting anything, because my damage was just that low. Why am I at 1 Estes? But yeah, for whatever reason, the Mundane Ladle can be buffed. I think that's a little weird, personally, because Mundane is already a buff. I guess they figured it wouldn't be too overpowered because, Ow. It scales with your lowest stat. But at the same time, it's not like the mundane doesn't do decent damage. After punching Last Giant and Pursuer to death, it was definitely a damage upgrade. Oh no. I actually, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this run normally, I put in a clause that said that for the sake of content, I was allowed to punch things to death until I got the ladle. So I ended up punching the Last Giant and Pursuer to death. I don't like doing exception clauses, but sometimes exception clauses need to be had for the sake of making a run beatable. Thankfully, I didn't have to go through, considering my luck, or lack of it, I didn't have to, thankfully, go through the entire game, essentially, punching things. Yes, I did pursue her with my bare hands. Why do people keep saying that's like a mark of skill or something? Pursuer's easy. Like, once you have Pursuer down, and you realize that there are, in fact, specific windows, Pursuer is remarkably easy. Alright, if there isn't... Oh no. Well, to be fair, until you're used to any boss, that boss is going to kick your ass. Pursuer just happens to have some of the most readable windows in the game. That doesn't mean that I don't misread anything. But once you know Pursuer, you know Pursuer. Pursuer is not one of those bosses that you can have down and still fuck up. Well, I mean, technically speaking, you can have him down and still fuck up, but, as long as you're paying attention once you know Pursuer, you should be fine. Ow. So, yeah, I did Pursuer and Last Giant with my bare hands. And then, once I got the Ladle, I went back and redid them with the Ladle. That, of course, required a bonfire ascetic. And I do have to say, between the two of them, Last Giant is by far the worst one to try punching to death. Ow. Well played. Oh, shoot. Holy shit, I almost just died. Okay, that happened. I'd have been so pissed if I died there. Okay, I'm not sure how effective going backwards is, so we're just gonna do that. What? Dude! I didn't realize... Okay, why do they sometimes fear the light, and other times... I guess it's bloodlust? Why is there a hole in the floor? Whatever. Okay, this one I remember is trapped, so I've got to get out of here. Okay, and it turns out that I probably did not miss a shard in Wharf. Emphasis on probably. There's still one spot that might have something, though I don't think it has any loot in regular New Game. Maybe New Game Plus. Shoot, Wharf was the only one where I don't think where I don't remember how... Oh, hi. We're just gonna do this. One, two... How are you not dead? The boss that really would have sucked to try and fist to death would have been that one over there. Or Nika. Oh, Nika. As I've mentioned this before, but Nika would have sucked. Nika absolutely would have sucked. Pardon? Like, her hitboxes were annoying enough with the Ladle. And the Ladle is, at least mundane, a damage upgrade. Okay, no. So there isn't one here, because that is a full exploration. I have gone literally everywhere in the Wharf. Huh. Where did I miss this Estes shard? Oh, I don't know who voted for what. Where is my predictions? Oh, pff. Looks like Jake Shuffle got his points back. Yeah, because Carillion was over there. I'm fairly certain I got the one in the Bastille. Reason I'm not too concerned about going to Aldia's Keep, like I said I was going to, is because Aldia's Keep is not going to take me very long. Technically speaking, so long as I beat the boss, I've beaten Aldia's Keep. And that'll take me at most like 5 minutes, unless I get greedy. Okay, so let's go through here logically. I've full cleared things betwixt. I got the one in Forest of Fallen Giants. I full cleared Tower of Flame and Cathedral of Blue. I just full cleared No Man's Wharf. I'm fairly certain that I full cleared here. With the exception of one pursuer spawn. What I'm really worried about is the Estus shard I'm missing, or one of the Estus shards I'm missing, being in Castle Drangleic. Because if it's in Castle Drangleic, there's only one room it could be in. Oh, that I forgot to break down. Oh no. I just want the loot. I don't even care. Kill me, I don't care. I just want the loot. There we go. Alright, so there's one more spot in here that maybe. But if not, then it's not Bastille. Because I remember getting an Estus shard in Bastille. Though, considering I get this every run, it could feasibly be one of those things that I thought I got it because I get it every single playthrough, but forgot to this time. Reason I'm not starting Macduff in this for this specific run is I didn't open the door. Okay, yeah, I got this. Just kill me. I don't care. Why is this taking so long? I know for a fact I full cleared Iron Cape. There's a couple spots in... Actually, yeah, there's a couple spots in Earthen Peak I did not. And I actually don't know enough about Harvest Valley's stuff to go double check that. The problem with Earthen Peak. Because there is a problem with it. Why are you so bad at your job of not getting poisoned? That is literally all you have to do. Iron Keep and Belfry Soul I did. I hate mannequins. Uh-oh. There we go. I forget that you can climb ladders. I keep forgetting. That. There's a chance I missed it in Huntsman's Copse, actually. Because there's a lot of stuff in Huntsman's Copse, and I think I just ran through for the most part. Because most of what I did for clearing Huntsman's Copse, I did before I got the ladle. Which meant I just ran around all willy-nilly. Damn it. Okay. This jump. Oh hey, first try. I almost never actually get that. Why do you keep fixating on something so far down? That is not what I needed. Okay. That was the only piece of loot I can remember missing in Earthen Peak. So we are going to go back and check out Huntsman's Copse. Because there's two spots, or well, there's a couple spots in Huntsman's Copse that I actually did not get the loot. I know that for a fact, and there might be a third. That, I know for a fact, is not an Estes shard. However, I don't remember how much of the stuff I did actually collect here. Because I did, for the most part, just run through this place. Cracked red eye orb. That over there actually is a fire seed, but it might also be an Estes shard. Ow. Okay. I'm pretty sure, aside from anything that Agdane might have, I've full cleared Undead Crypt. Yeah, I got the stuff that was over there. I got everything that was in the lower copse. It's the upper copse that I'm thinking I might have missed something. Upper copse include, well, the path to the chariots is the first segment, and then I think I might have missed something. No, I actually want you to come to me first. Because I believe there's skeletons along that route. And I'm not playing with that. Y'all have way more iframes than you have any right to. You. I don't normally come this way, which is why I didn't really think that that was important loot, and it wasn't. But I did remember that skeleton. Truth be told, I probably should have started from Undead Purgatory for this next one. Or, well, for this next check. But I wasn't really thinking. I was thinking, oh, it's technically in Huntsman's Copse. Okay. Nope, just a fire seed. Can I make that jump back? Okay. And then I go left. We're gonna teleport to Undead Lockaway. And go from there. What? Oh, hello, DS2 superfan! Thank you for the follow! I am notoriously bad at platforming. Like, really bad at platforming. So you never quite know. Actually, it could also be in Seldora. Currently, I'm looking for one of the 2 shards I missed. Because I know I missed Estus shards. I just don't remember where. Cursed doesn't really bother me right now. I'm just trying to think of the areas that I normally full clear that I didn't this time. Because usually by the time I hit Shrine of Amana, I've actually... Or, well, by the time I get the Estus shard in the Shrine of Amana, I've normally maxed out my Estus, so it's a useless one. But apparently I missed the Estus. Yeah. And my first thought was, okay, I'll go check No Man's Wharf, because the wharf is one of the few areas where I don't, or where I went through for the most part without actually collecting anything. Or, well, I went through the wharf for the most part without killing anything. There we go. That's one of the pieces I'm missing. Okay. And because I went through the wharf without killing anything, there was a lot of loot that I didn't collect, so I was thinking maybe that was it. Turned out to not be it. But I also came through this area relatively early on and didn't collect everything, so maybe it's here. If it's not here, then I'm thinking it might be Brightstone Cove, and if it's not here or Brightstone Cove, then the only spot I can think of, and I really hope that I can find one before this point, is the Ruined Sentinel Room in Dringlake Castle. I absolutely despise that room, and if I can avoid it, I will. Alright. Forgot that I never killed you. Oh, no, no. The Ruined Sentinels as a boss fight, while terrifying, aren't that bad. Tit for tat, I guess. However, the Ruined Sentinels in Castle Drangleic are a whole other can of worms that, if possible, I would like to avoid opening at all. Haha. Not it, damn it. You don't actually have to light the lights. If you remember where or which door leads to the rest of Drangleic Castle, you can just kill an enemy close to that and skirt on through without dealing with any Ruined Sentinels. I also went back and unlocked the one for the under Castle Drangleic bonfire because I do eventually plan to tackle Dark Lurker. But technically speaking, that wasn't mandatory. I would like to avoid opening any more doors. However, if I cannot find or cannot reach another Estus shard, I'm gonna have to play around with the Drangleic Castle Ruined Sentinel doors. I'm really hoping that it's in fucking Brightstone Cove. I don't think it is. I think I already got the one from Brightstone Cove, but I'm hoping. There's also the possibility of there being one in Aldia's Keep. Because if I remember correctly, I normally come back for that one. I know there isn't one in Undead Crypt because the only thing I have left to do there is like potentially aggro Agdane, which I never do. So it can't be that. Oh dear. Damn it, I was hoping I could get into there. Oh well. Or actually, maybe? Maybe I still can? But there's a couple bits of loot in Brightstone Cove I didn't collect. Not a ton. I think I already got that. And actually, there might be one in Dragon Airy. Yeah. Because I think there's exactly one more Estus shard in the game than is required to max out your Estus. So you can afford to miss one. That said, I'm definitely a little concerned about not having maxed it out by the time I got the one in the Shrine of Amana. Oh no. Stupid basilisk. Okay. This room here is the one where I think I might have missed it. If not, then it's on the way to Freya's room. And if it's on the way to Freya's room, then I'm not going to worry about it. At least not right now. Saldora's spiders used to just be, whatever. But now that I know that they can possess hollows, they are so much creepier, and I love it. I don't want to open that door, I don't think. Or maybe I'm fine to do so? Get back here. You motherfuckers, get back here! I want to clear all of you out before I open that door. If it's not here, I'm just gonna go through Aldia's Keep and hope that it's there, honestly. Because I honestly really don't want to deal with the Ruined Sentinel room. Because that's the only place in Castle Drangleic it could be. I cleared everything else. I wouldn't even mind the Ruined Sentinel room in the castle so much if they didn't respawn. Like, if they counted as non-respawning mini-bosses, that'd be one thing. But because they are considered normal enemies at that point, what do you mean that didn't hit? They become so much more annoying because you can't even just kill them one at a time. If you open too many of those doors and then don't, oh dear, kill them all, or you die, I just realized that this guy has a porcine shield. Then you have to deal with every single one of those stupid Ruined Sentinels all over again. Alright. So that is everything I can recall missing. Aside from the stuff on the way to Freya. And actually a couple of the checks in the woods. However, I don't want to risk full clearing the woods right now. Let's go trade in some stuff at the Crows, maybe level. And then I'm just gonna press on through Aldia's Cape. Because Aldia's Keep actually has a lot of loot, and a lot of really good loot at that. But you have to be careful with how you approach it, because if you try to do everything at once, you will die. Like, just straight up, you will die. As a result, the better way to tackle it is to rush through, beat the boss, and then come back for everything you missed. I forget I even have these in my inventory a lot of the time, which is why I have such a big stack of these. Amber Herb. Soul of Lost and Dead. Whatever, Life Gem. There we go. Oh, of course. Oh, dear. Divine Blessing, appreciated. Ooh! Magic Stone. Soul of a Proud Knight. Dark Knight Stone. Titanite Slab. And Demon's Great Hammer. Okay. Yeah, so nice, so smooth. I like the crows. I wish that they'd kept the crow trading mechanic, honestly. Or at least trading minigames. Because it was awesome in Demon's Souls. It was also pretty cool in the first Dark Souls. In this game, it is quite literally life-saving at times, because there's a chance of divine blessings. And in Dark Souls 3, there was some neat stuff you could get from it. Like, even if it's not like insanely helpful, even just having the option to trade is huge. Okay, so I want vitality. Can I upgrade my armor? There's no point, really, and I'm not even gonna bother upgrading. I'm not gonna upgrade my hood anymore. Because... Alright, so I need Titanite chunks and large Titanite shards. Odds are, considering that all 3 DLCs are now beatable, I think I'm actually going to go for the crowns. Like, all crowns. In which case, I'll have to figure out which crown suits me best. If I'd kept the staff, I think I would have... because I had been playing around with a buffed ladle for a little while. I think I can still technically buff my ladle. I forgot about how quickly... Oh dear. Uh-oh. The fact that I dodged that... I cannot afford to have you chasing me the entire time. I need to kill you. It's not like Jester Thomas where I can just leave you alone. You actually will catch me no matter what I do. Okay.
Who are you? Oh. How goes your... I know not what I... My name is... I beg of you for my name, I beg for...
There we go. End of Lucatiel's quest. I did not summon her, so I don't get her armor. And the bearer of the curse is, canonically, kind of an asshole for not telling her about human effigies and what they do. Like, we don't even get the option. We don't go there. I'll come back and talk to this guy. I don't want to... Right, okay. Come on out. I actually really like Aldia's Keep. That said, I wish Looking Glass Night did not have the things on the walls that are on the walls. Like, my only gripe with Aldia's Keep really is the fact that it reminds me of Looking Glass Night, and I hate Looking Glass Night. Wait, what's still so sick? I didn't notice when your message... Oh dear. Got, Here, Superfan, I apologize. I believe you come out too? Yep. Nice try. Get over here. Oh no. Ah, when they break out of... Yeah. There's a lot of cool things in Dark Souls 2 that I wish had made it into other parts of the series. Oh, come on. Like, just seeing things pop out of a mirror, of all things, is always a really neat mechanic. It's a decent jump scare when you get the first time, or when it happens the first time. And then once you know, you just appreciate it all the more, especially when you can... okay, you don't have one. Do you? Yeah, that guy's tracking. I don't like dealing with big swords in this game. Big swords and spears. They have the best tracking. At least when NPCs use them. Hi. I apologize. I just had to stop there and blink because I was worried I'd broken an AI for a second. Yeah, no shit. Who goes there? But the interactivity with the world, I wish they'd bring back. Like, Elden Ring is... Yeah, the shaded woods are really cool. It can get a little annoying if you're just trying to run through. But at the same time, it's still cool. But the world actively changes around you. That is something that I loved in Demon's Souls. I love it in this game. Dark Souls 1 had a little bit of that, but not much. And Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne also had a little bit of that, but not much. Elden Ring arguably had the least amount of depth to its map. Unless you were doing a character... There wasn't much of a need for backtracking in Elden Ring. Which I think is a shame, because a lot of the areas were really cool. We do this, we always do this, because otherwise it can mess with my lock-on. But with a couple exceptions, in Elden Ring, you were quite literally just roaming around, and you didn't visit a place a second time unless you knew that a character had a quest. With this game, maybe you don't have a key. Maybe you couldn't figure out a puzzle. Or maybe you've just progressed far enough in the story. Oh, damn it. Yep. Okay, cool. Just need to speed on through here and go into this. And now we drink. I don't trust you not to breathe fire, and I hear you breathing fire. With Demon's Souls, you had to go everywhere like 2-3 times at minimum. Just because whole new areas would unlock with having beaten bosses. Oh dear. Okay, if you're gonna... We're just gonna do this. Yeah, I want to play the OG. I've only played the, remake. But I still absolutely love the remake. And considering how everybody says that the OG is even better, I feel like I'm in for a treat if and when I do actually get to play that. Ow. I wasn't sure what you were doing. Okay, cool. But I prefer a deep world to a big world. Always have, always will. What does it matter if you've made this giant open world to traverse if we never have to go back to any of it? What's the point in all the detail? There we go. Yeah, Oh, and ad break has started. I will continue this conversation after. Let's grab the smooth and silky stone. And this. Alright. Up we go. Alright, so technically speaking, I have kept my promise, and I have beaten Aldia's Keep. That said, I am going to be going back for the stuff that I missed. I just need to get the next bonfire first, because I am not about to try and get through that hallway when everything is out to get me. Alright, talk to Emerald Herald up here, and then back to Majula. Looks like we still got 1 minute on ads, so I will hold off on the continuous there. There we go. There we go. And that is the wrong direction. And back we shall go. Majula first. It's not really worth going after the smooth and silky stone trade at the moment, considering I've only got one of them. Alright, next is attunement. And then over here. Reinforce. That is not what I want to use. And there we go. Brigand Gauntlets plus 10.
I'll be around.
Alright, are you back from ads, Superfan?
What? Visit me.
Okay. I think I can maybe start the assassination quests now. Technically speaking, I could have started them as soon as I went through. But over here is this guy.
Did you see the flame? It wasn't... But there is... I would not... It was... But it... Did you see the...
Okay. I don't remember... I'd rather just go through and get all of the guy's rewards in one fell swoop, truth be told, so I'm gonna hold off on talking to him. But I will go and clear out the rest of Aldea's Keep. I think there's some things I can actually access from Ritual Site that I want to clear out before I deal with anything else. And by anything else, I mean specifically the Forlorn. That I know for a fact is not important. If it was important, I would get it on every single run and not just occasionally. Are you back now, Superfan? From the ads? Locked, okay. Yes, okay. Okay, let's... Hi, where did you come from? We'll lure you over here to break that. And then I go rest so that I don't have to deal with that. The remake is still really good. And I definitely understand. I wish that exclusives weren't a thing, honestly. I don't like... I understand why people would... What? Dude, come over here. Want exclusives? Or rather, would want their games to be played on their console. But really, it doesn't do much. Oh dear. Oh, come on! I hit dodge, and Soup did not dodge. Shoot. Why not just make something compatible with everything, you know? The games, most people are not going to buy like 6, 7 consoles. So, even from a business standpoint, it doesn't make sense. Are you joking? to have exclusives. I can understand if, like, maybe an indie developer doesn't have the resources to make it compatible with some weird things going on in the systems. Because some people just don't have the resources for that. That's understandable. However, most exclusives that a lot of people hear about are just greed for making it exclusive. Like, for example, Bloodborne should definitely be ported over to PC. If Bloodborne was on PC and there was a mod that, for example, made the blood vials not go up in price, I would play that because that is just annoying. It outright detracts from... Like, I don't even mind the grinding for them as much as the fact that they go up in price. It's the inflation that kills my enjoyment of that game. But because I would have to mod the console, which is not something I'm comfortable doing, I am stuck with vanilla Bloodborne. Oh dear. Yeah, and that's why, that is honestly one of the big reasons I don't like exclusive content. Some people do want to play a game enough that they are willing to spend a bunch of stuff or a bunch of money on a console that they will only use for that one specific thing, and then what happens when they get bored? Oh dear. If you only use the expensive piece of machinery you bought for one specific thing, and it's an expensive piece of machinery meant for entertainment, then once you get bored, you've essentially wasted a lot of money. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me. How did I survive that? Oh dear. Yeah, I like a lot of I just generally really like From Software's games. Honestly, I will still nitpick and complain about things. Because that's just who I am. I will not look at something and say it's perfect. I will look at something and question how it can be better. Like, there's some things I'm perfectly fine with, and others I'm not. Oh dear. Okay, I might be coming back later for the stuff in Aldia's Keep, because these forlorn are gonna be a pain in the ass to take down. Literally just because of how much damage they take. And the fact that they're tracking is insane. No, 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 we don't do that here. Hey! Yikes. I don't want to have to fight you more than once. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. I can't remember how many forlorn there are, but I should definitely go get more life gems. There are a bunch. There's a bunch of those forlorn in Aldia's Keep, and I think you actually need to kill all of them.
Thanks.
I think at this point my plan is going to be to clear everything up to Giant Lord. Can I toggle? Thank you. And then after... and use Giant Lord as a grinding spot. Oh, not another one of you greatsword losers. Come on, come on. There we go. I don't like the forlorn. They are so needlessly tough. Like, I'm not even joking. I think I've taken out bosses with less HP. I think this area's boss has less HP. Come on. I've got no problems using the environment to my advantage against enemies like this. I'm not even joking, I think I did more damage against the boss. The boss just took a little longer because it jumps up. Yeah, I'm aware that they're a Scholar Edition. I should heal until before something stupid happens. There we go. Actually, wait, do they? I did not. Really? Yeah, I only ever actually played Scholar. I requested Dark Souls 2 as a gift, actually. Because I'd already played the first and third games. Are you joking? Come on, come on, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Alright, I need to get rid of you. I need to get rid of the itsy bitsy basilisk. But my dad actually got a copy of Dark Souls 3 on release. So he has Day 1 edition. So I played that. And then after... Well... What actually happened in the order I played it in was I started playing Dark Souls 3. Got my ass handed to me by Udex Gundyr. And because I was a sore loser as a young teen, I dropped it. Then we got my dad Bloodborne. And he hasn't even actually beaten the first boss on that one. I'm the only one that plays Bloodborne. Oh dear. But... because of... Well, after a while, when I realized he wasn't actually going to play it, I figured I'd give it a shot. And obviously you ask someone before you touch their games, even if the game in question is a gift. So I asked him, he said go ahead. And I dropped Bloodborne as well after dying a lot. Because again, I was still a sore loser as a young teen. And then I was still a teenager, but I was in like my mid-teens at that point. Code Vein came out, and it looked cool enough that I wanted to give it a shot. I actually didn't know it was going to be a Souls-like. And I pushed through and beat Code Vein. Played Code Vein a few more times. And then decided to go back and actually beat Bloodborne. And I did. And then after Bloodborne, I went back and beat Dark Souls 3. Following that, my parents, I think it was the next year, my parents got me, for my birthday, a copy of Dark Souls Remastered. And I had a lot of fun with that. Then I think for my next birthday, they got me... Well, either they or my aunt and uncle got me Elden Ring. Also liked that. Not long after that, I mentioned that I wanted to play Dark Souls 2, but I didn't want to play the OG because I didn't want to... I knew I was going to want the DLCs and I didn't want to pay extra for them. So they get me a box set of the trilogy. Oh, for crying out loud. So we now have 2 copies of Dark Souls Remastered, a day 1 copy of Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 3 The Fire Fades edition, and 1 copy of the others. My copy of Sekiro is unfortunately digital, but I did like Sekiro. I got myself Demon Souls. I want my souls. Oh dear. So, yeah, I've played... Oh dear. Most of the From Software Souls catalog. The only one I'm missing at this point is Night Rain, and when it releases, I don't want Duskbloods. Like, I love FromSoft, and their games are generally really good. At least from what I've played, they're really good. I've yet to play a From Software game that I did not like. At least not after giving it a fair shot and sucking it up and stopping my whiny self. But I don't want Duskbloods. Night Rain I would like to play at some point, but Duskbloods I just outright do not want. Because, well, for one thing... Oh dear. With my current, or with the way things currently are, I can't even stream from the Switch 2 anyway. But I'm disgusted enough by the route Nintendo has been going that I, oh dear, barely want to touch the Switch 2 to begin with. I'm dead. Like, if my dad happens to get a game on the Switch 2 that I enjoy, or think I will enjoy, then sure. Yeah, at least he didn't point down. Or, well, she. I'm pretty sure all the Forlorn are women. Like, if my dad happens to get a game on the Switch 2 that I think is cool, I will play it. However, I'm not going to seek out Switch 2 games. Okay. Haha! I need to be careful because scythes are annoying. Well, scythes are awesome. I, however, know about the hitbox shenanigans. Wait, how was that a backstab? But yeah, back on the order that I played the From Software Souls catalog, or well, actually all of my Souls games and Souls likes. Oh dear. Damn it. I would not be playing Souls games today if it weren't for Code Vein. Code Vein is what actually, like, opened my eyes to how fun these games could be. Because, again, I wasn't really willing to get good before that. So, whenever I'm asked which of these games you should start with, I will say, if you're starting and you want to start with Dark Souls specifically, or with From Software's Souls games specifically, start with Dark Souls 2. It has jank. Don't get me wrong, it definitely has its jank. However, it's also it's the middle child. It is quite literally right in the middle of all of their mainline titles. And as a result, it has bits and pieces that were either like, this is the last time we saw those mechanics, or it was the first time we saw those mechanics. And a lot of people are like, oh no, you should play the first one. And, okay, the first one starts the story of the Dark Souls trilogy, but most of today's gamers are used to things like Elden Ring. They're used to newer games, which have less jank and are faster. So a slower, jankier game is going to be really difficult for them. That's not to say that the faster-paced games won't still be very difficult. But they might not enjoy them as much. And if it's an older gamer getting back into games, well then, they're not going to have as much fun with Elden Ring. Or Dark Souls 3. Those games are incredibly fast-paced. I'd consider Dark Souls 2 to be a mid-paced game. It's not exactly fast, it's not exactly slow. And due to being a mid-paced game, you kind of get the best of both worlds in that regard. It also has some of the more brutal and unforgiving mechanics of Souls, while still having some of it, or some of the most forgiving heals in the game. Or, not game, series. Life Gems combined with Estus is absolutely broken. And once you know how to use both, you're golden. Alright. I believe you're the last one. Where are you? There. Ah, fuck, another one of you. Ha! I got away with healing in your face! What do you mean that hit? Net negative, because that hit for some reason. Come on, do the jump. Okay, how was that previous thing a backstab and this not? Oh dear. So yeah, if you're going to recommend any of From Software's catalog to a new Souls player, definitely have them start with Dark Souls 2 is my... And I don't even know how I got on this topic, but definitely have them start with Dark Souls 2. If they absolutely refuse, have them start with Elden Ring. It has the most tools. I need to focus on this forlorn. You... I hate the fact that you can miss backstabs. Like, granted, we've always been able to miss backstabs to some extent, but, it happens a lot more often in this one. Oh no. There we go. Haha! The fact that that somehow worked. Okay, I believe that's it. And now... Since when can you walk on the bones? Yep, that's it. There we go. And now I go around, because I don't feel like letting you out. I'll have to go back through and use a bunch of fragrant branches later, but... For now, I actually really want to keep these ones. I should go back to Majula, technically speaking, but I don't want to. we go. The fact that you're back is unfortunate. Let's see here. There's 2 mimics in here. I don't remember what they drop. I might... this is gonna sound weird, but I might not drop the cages. Because I know there's actually mimics in here as well. In addition to a gargoyle. Come on. Just follow me out here. But I'm pretty sure there's 2 mimics in the cages above, but I don't, aside from the witch tree or whatever it was. I don't think there's anything worthwhile in the cages above. However, there might be an Estes shard in here. I'm pretty sure every single one of these is a mimic. Ow. Oh no. Come on, follow me out. Or get pushed by the mimic, that works too. My priority is honestly the things that will stay dead if I die. Which the little guy back there will not. One, two... And honestly, there's a very real chance that I just go back to the bonfire after this. Come on. Meet me out here. Or not. Cracked red eye orb. Cool. Not worth it, really. Back to the bonfire I go. There might be one in the Dragon Airy. Faint Stone. I don't remember what Faint Stone does. I think that might just make a weapon scale with faith. Alright, get out here, goofballs. Okay. But honestly, my big concerns are this hall, or the hallway. Specifically the two mimics in the hallway. And the mimics in here. Because there's 3 of them for some reason. And then we go this way. Come on, Mimic! I have no idea who decided that Aldia's Keep needed 5 mimics, but thank you. I actually really like mimics. Nope, we don't do that. They can be a bit of a problem in low damage builds. Oh dear. But they're still actually really cool. And I wish they'd been brought back for Elden Ring. I'm actually sad that there were no mimics in Elden Ring. Fight me. Let's go this way. Where's the mimic? Why is the mimic? What? Oh no. Impatience, thy name is Mimic, I guess. That's probably getting clipped. That's just funny. The Mimic just shoved the gargoyle out of the way to get to me. It flagged the cage as the best spot. And said, nah, nah. Uh-oh. Okay, that was on me, that was on me. I was too distracted by the hilarity of the situation and didn't get out of the way in time to not get grabbed. Well, yeah, the Mimic just decided that no cage was going to stop it. Rock on, Mimic, rock on. Oh dear. Yeah, yeah. Why can you drop those? Come on. I want to see if the Mimic will do it again, though, honestly. Like, will the Mimic shove the gargoyle a second time? It does! What? Okay, so I'm discovering all sorts of funky interactions today. I guess most people... Oh dear. Don't lure the mimic here. Despite the fact that doors are actually a really good spot to trap mimics. Come on, Mimic, it's your turn. Yeah, that's fair. Ow. Ouch. Uh-oh. Okay, that was almost a death. Come on, Mimic. Mimic. What you doing, Mimic? One more hit should do it. Wilted Dusk Herb, damn it. Okay, I need to get rid of the mage. Ow. Oh, hi, random loot in the corner. I forgot about you. Alright. Don't know how that hit me, but okay. Ow. I know exactly how that hit me, and it's not okay. There we go. Twinkling Titanites. And now I have to try not to die. We're just gonna not. Okay. So can I get the mimic? No. Oh, what? Thank you for the Prime sub, Flynn. And wait, is that also a follow? What? And the follow. Oh, your normal account. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Ah! Why are you stalking me? Uh-oh. I might not have to... What the... Okay, first the mimic shoves the gargoyle out of the way. And now we've got a dead dancing basilisk. Oh, okay then. Well done. This is bad. I'm hoping you don't respawn. I don't intend on coming back into this hallway after it's cleared, but... I'm hoping you don't respawn anyway. Because I think I might actually have to call it after I kill you. Oh no. Oh dear. You're fine. I'm not gonna be streaming much longer anyway. Thank you for the sub, the 2 follows, and for sitting in. Have an excellent day, Flynn. Ow. Uh-oh. I was hitting the dodge. Why did you not dodge? Uh-oh. I might have to worry about the mimics I'm gonna have to worry about the mimics tomorrow. I don't have time to bait everything. Twinkling Titanite, okay. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna Homeward Bone. Or actually, Aged Feather. Because I don't want to lose these souls. Go back to Majula for a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'm gonna call it for today. It might not seem like I got a lot done today, considering I said I was going to be doing Aldia's Keep last week, and I only just got back to Aldia's Keep, or only just, finished Aldia's Keep. Technically, I did finish it. Are you kidding me? 400? I think that'll give me enough. No, it will not. Well... Wait, hold up. Hold up, which one am I going after now? Strength. But, what was I saying? Oh, right. Considering, I haven't full cleared Aldia's Keep despite beating it. It might not look like I got a lot of progress done. However, I did clear out most of what I could of Shulva. And I went back and collected loot in areas that I'd essentially just run through. I am going to be looking up Estes locations off stream. Just because I really don't want to go back to the Ruined Sentinel's room. Please don't make me go back to the Ruined Sentinel's room. But if I have to, I have to. I'm hoping that the Estus shard is in Dragonary. So tomorrow I'll be getting the last Estus shard I need. Cleaning up those 2 mimics in Aldia's Keep. And then into Dragonary I go. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, I do have a YouTube channel you can check out if you're interested. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently also to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, TikTok, and when it lets me, Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. What is my phone doing? Whatever. As I said, tomorrow I will be finishing up Aldia's Keep, with the exception of the assassin quests, because I don't want to actually kill anyone for those. Wednesday, it's back to Lords of the Fallen with Karato. There's a couple different locations we could go. I don't know which one we're going to wind up traversing, though. Accidental Rhyme is very accidental. Thursday and Friday, it's back to Dragon's Dogma 2. I honestly hope that I don't get jumped by a fucking Minotaur and Ogre again. Like, apparently the odds of that happening are very low, and yet that was one random encounter I had. Hoping that doesn't happen a second time. One moment. Okay, I am honestly very surprised to see this, but looks like Magnifico is attempting another Dark Souls 1 speedrun. Let's go check that one out. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.